So we left off with our bot with a random variable that's not declared. I don't know why. So now we're going to finish that off with require. We need to require Discord. For some reason my arrow key is broken. I may have spilled a lot of liquid on it. So we have our package.json. We're going to add start to our script so we can easily type npm start. Okay, it seems my arrow key was doing something weird there, but we're going to add a start script to our package.json. Basically we type npm start instead of typing node or whatever, and it should start. So we're actually going to type nodemon because we're going to install that, which will automatically run the bot, and it will restart it automatically when we save the bot. So we're going to type nodemon bot.js. Now to install nodemon, we're going to type npm i. This time we're going to use the D flag, which is also save dev. So basically what that does is it adds the dev dependencies here automatically. It does it for us so we don't have to add it. So if we type D, I like typing D, it's quite shorter. So if we type D, nodemon, it's not required, but it will help a lot. It will save us some time. We'll require discord.js, and it should autocomplete because of the IDE we're using, Visual Studio Code. So now we've got Discord. Now we're using capitals because Discord, as you can see, is a group classes. It's like a type. And this is just conventional. This is just what is on the docs. So once we have required Discord, we type const bot equals new. This should instantiate a Discord. The types are supplied, and then as you can see they have many types, some of which we'll be using later on. .client, we'll use client here. Basically this is the bot itself, not the bot user. We'll get onto that later. So bot, now we've got the bot. It has a lot of useful methods that we'll be using. So as you can see, voice, just random things here. On, that we'll be using that shortly, and login. On and login are the important ones. So we need to log into the bot. So we're gonna get our token 1pg. You see the beautiful MS Paint logo or avatar. So now we're gonna copy that, copy the token, and now we're just gonna log in, and there we go. We have our first amazing bot. So if we can see, dev dependencies is automatically added nodemon, the latest version right there. If we type in here npm start, what this should do, it shouldn't say anything, as we're not logging anything at all. But let's make sure that we're running the bot. Let's type log bot is live. Now it's live, as you can see. We're gonna make a new server. It's gonna be called just adding JR server, why not? Just gonna make 1pg in there, get the amazing logo, zoom it in a bit, there we go. I know it's the best server. It isn't really. Okay, I don't know what this is. Okay, as you can see, the ID like our bot ID, as you can see here, somewhere here, there. It's going to start with a 7 because it's newer. It's a snowflake ID. That's what it's called. It's 18 characters long and its numbers 0 to 9, but that's not that important. It's saved as a string in Discord. Although some other API wrappers have it differently. Some of them, for example C# have it as a U-long, which is a long number, but I think that's a bit unnecessary, and it's easier to store as a string, which discord.js does. So here we have our server. Let's disconnect. Now type something, test, yes. Now how do we get our Discord bot into the server? Well, that's quite simple. So this is what we need to do. So what we're going to use, we don't need all these scopes, we only ever use a few, especially for the bot. We'll only be using probably this for the web app, which we'll get onto later, the dashboard. So we only need this because we only want to invite the bot to the server. Now we'll talk about this later, but in another section. But identify, that just identifies the user, and guilds, that gets the guilds of the user, but we don't need to know that yet. That's just for logging in. It's used also for logging in and authorizing the user to the dashboard. So we just copy that. Now that's not going to do anything. What it is, it's not going to give any permissions. So if we want to give it administrator, so what this does, it's bot permissions. We've got here, we can just select administrator. It's quite easier. It's a lot easier. So if we authorize this into our server, as you can see, I do have an excessive amount of Discord servers that I haven't deleted yet. So now we've got our bot. We're going to add it to this server as an administrator, and we made it yesterday. So authorize, let's go. And the bot is in. Okay, and it's also online, as you can see. The bot is live. However, if we messed up this token, the bot will still say it's live now, and this will throw an error and crash the bot. So what we need to do is we need to listen to an event. So we do that with bot.on, so when, bot.when or on. This has many things you can wait for, I guess. We'll be using a lot of these for various features. So if you want to add message deleted, message delete, wherever it is, message delete, and log when a message is deleted, you can do that. But we'll only be using a few for now, which will be bot.on ready. That's when it connects and it's ready to go. Now its second parameter is the listener, the function that we want to actually use for the bot. So bot.onReady. Now we can just type console.log. The bot is live, and it saves, it restarts due to changes, which is a benefit of NodeMon. It's really going to help us not have to type, for example, we don't have to type node.js and then when we break something or do that, when we save, it just doesn't restart. We just avoid that issue altogether. And I still use it a lot for my applications. So if we mess it up now, it shouldn't say bot is live because that never happened. The bot was never live. Okay. Another way of writing this is called an arrow function. You may be familiar. If not, what it does, it just makes it a bit cleaner. So instead of having to write function, you can just write an arrow. This is also called lambda in some languages, like C#. So you can just write in one line, which is common for a simple event like this. If you wanted to have it on multiple lines, you'd just put bracket syntax like that. Not like that, like that. There we go. But it's easier to read and much cleaner on one line. So now we've got it ready. Hi. Okay. In the next lecture, we will be actually talking to the bot and getting it to respond to messages.